Hi, this is Pooja and welcome to Food Without Borders. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Pooja and I love to eat, I love to cook, I love to eat delicious recipes from across the world, and I love sharing these recipes with you guys. Now, this recipe is called Baingan Bharta, Baingan being eggplant. Bharta is just mash, is what we call in Hindi. Now, this is a fire roasted eggplant dip. Now, I know how much everybody loves eggplant, and fire roasted eggplant with some onions and tomatoes and coriander or cilantro it just takes the recipe to another level. So I had to share this. This is vegan, it's really tasty, so let's get started. So folks, the first thing we are gonna do is fire roast our eggplant. Now, there are many ways to do it. You can do it on your stove here, right here, or you can do it on a grill. Now, I didn't want to mess my stove and the cleaning and everything, so what I did was I did it on the grill. It's not messy, it's just that I am lazy. There's a huge difference. I'm lazy, I didn't want to clean. I had the liberty of doing it on a charcoal grill, which is why I did it. Now, I live in Minnesota, so it's not conducive of taking you all outside in the clothing that I am and grill it. But I did record it and I have a footage of how I did it and I'm gonna show you. So now the first thing what I would do to prep my eggplant is I'm gonna drizzle it with some oil. So what I do is I just take some oil in my hand like so, or you can pour it in a bowl, it's up to you, and just massage your eggplant. And now going forward, I put some nice music on for you and you can see the footage of how this was roasted. And then once it's roasted, the skin would all be a little charred, and then you will see how easily you can peel it. I have the Dutch oven here heating up on medium. I am going to add some avocado oil. I'm using avocado oil because it's an odorless oil and it has a higher smoke point. You can use any odorless oil, or you can also use butter. If you're vegan, then you will skip it. If you're not, you can use butter, ghee, because that also elevates the flavor. Now I'm gonna wait till the oil is hot so that we can saute the onions. Now I have some chopped onions here. Slowly land this into the pot. Add some turmeric. I'm gonna cook the onions until they get a little translucent. To this, I am going to add some ginger and garlic paste. We're just gonna cook it for like 30 seconds because we are not trying to cook it completely. Add the tomatoes. And add some salt to taste. So folks, when you add salt to the tomatoes, what it does is the tomato starts releasing water, and so I'm gonna let the tomatoes cook a little so that they don't have the raw flavor. So with the eggplant, like I said before, fire roasted it, kept it covered in a foil for 30 minutes just so it cools down so you don't burn your fingers. Then remove the skin, the skin peels off easily once it's fire roasted. And then I just roughly chopped it because most of the cooking will be done in the Dutch oven, so you don't have to worry about it. So just roughly cut it, and that's all you have to do. Now, how much the eggplant weighs and how many eggplants I use for this particular recipe, I will leave all that information in a link below, which would be a link to the recipe that is on my blog. So you should have everything there. Now, so the tomatoes are done, they're completely cooked, they look lovely. I am going to add the eggplant here. This is why you don't need a lot of spices, because the smokiness of the eggplant is what is the flavor here. And then the tomatoes and the onion, everything is so, it's such a packed, delicious recipe. Mix this in. So what I'm trying to do here, folks, is with my spatula, I'm trying to break the bigger chunks that look really big, because this is, after all, kind of a dip, and I want them to be of a dip consistency or be a little more mushy, less chunky, like giant chunks. Small chunks are okay, not the big chunks. All right, I'm gonna put the lid on and cook this on medium for about 3 to 4 minutes, and then I'm gonna check. Here's what I did. I did open it in 5 minutes. I gave it a stir, gave it a little smash with the spatula, and then let it cook for another 3 minutes. It's done. Now to this, I'm going to add the chopped Thai green chilies. I'm being very mindful because it just touched my finger, and man, if you haven't had this accident happen to you, I hope it never does. When you accidentally touch it or cut it, you clean and the oil still remains on your fingers, and then you touch your eye. That is what I did, and man, it burns. So I was just being very mindful that it doesn't touch my fingertips. Now I'm gonna mix this in. I did not add the green chilies ahead of time because I didn't want them to cook. This is only because when you cook green chili or jalapeno, they come out with a different flavor. The peppers have a very different flavor, and I did not want the flavors to conflict with the eggplant. Eggplant is the star of the show here. And some cilantro. And this is a lot of cilantro, but this recipe tastes just amazing with that much cilantro. I'm gonna leave a little just so that I can garnish on top. I let the cilantro cook for only 45 seconds, no more than that. I'm gonna turn off the flame. I'm gonna clean up this mess, get a platter, get this plated, and then we'll do the tasting. And I have some garlic naan in the oven, and this is just the way I live my life. Oh, I have some naan bits here. That I'm gonna put this on there. If only I could teleport the smell or the aroma, it would be the most amazing thing ever. Okay. Holy, so good. I have to have this bite, sorry. So good. The eggplant. Oh my gosh, what a difference it makes to fire roast the eggplant. It is just so amazing. I feel so fortunate to be able to do that in the heart of the winter thanks to our grill. Now, the tomatoes make it tart. There's so much crunch because of the onions, and then the cilantro gives it such a fresh flavor. If you are not a big fan of cilantro, you can use parsley. It is okay. Of course, it wouldn't be like a South Asian recipe, but hey, fire roasted eggplant, tomatoes, onions, and I thought I would need a lemon to squeeze so that it elevates the flavor, but no, it just does not need it. However, if you do feel like you need a little lemon, you can drizzle a little lemon, you can add butter, you can add ghee, or keep it just simple and vegan. And there is a kick because of the Thai green chilies. You can skip it completely, that is up to you. But man, you guys have to try this recipe. Now, one of the things that I think deters people from cooking Indian food at home is the number of spices that you need to cook one dish. Now, you just saw, I just used some turmeric because that is the backbone of most Indian cooking. And that's it. Just a little turmeric, fire roasted eggplant, tomatoes, and a handful of herbs, and how beautiful has this turned out. So give this recipe a try. If you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed, please do. And I will see you next week. Until then, bye.